still on the record, this is a matter of Angelita Gonzalez, 23825.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Ms. Gonzalez. Ms. Gonzalez, would you please state your name for the record?
Angelita Gonzalez.
All right, and so today's the date scheduled for a probation violation. Ms. Gonzalez is on probation for operating while impaired. She was sentenced on August 14th, and it's already alleged there's 3 violations, technical violations, 1, 2, and 3. August 16th, diluted sample, August 25th, diluted sample, and then August 28th, positive for alcohol. Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I did have an opportunity to speak to Ms. Gonzalez regarding the allegations. At this time, we are prepared to enter a guilty plea and waive our right to have any sort of contested hearing at this time.
All right. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear for the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you heard the allegations, correct?
Correct.
All right. And as to the allegations, ma'am, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation purposes, correct, ma'am?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
You've gone over your advice of rights for probation violation matter, correct?
Correct.
And you understand all of those rights, correct?
Correct.
And you understand by entering into plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights, specifically your right to a contested violation hearing, correct?
Correct.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court or any other court or administrative agency. Do you understand that?
Correct.
And you understand what the recommendation in this matter is, correct?
What was the recommendation? I'm not too sure.
That you continue to complete all terms of your probation, $50 probation violation fee, 5 days jail, 30 days alcohol tether. You understand that, correct?
Correct.
And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea.
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody promised anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, ma'am.
All right, counsel, if you can please ready your client.
Sure. Ms. Gonzalez, are you currently on probation through the 27th District Court?
Yes.
Did you have a diluted test on August 16th and the 25th?
Yes.
Did you also have a positive alcohol test on August 28th of this year?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that those are all violations of your terms and conditions of probation?
Yes.
Okay. Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violations. Indicate technical violations 1, 2, and 3 will enter. And the counsel adds to the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, I would simply just request consideration to suspend any sort of jail time on behalf of Ms. Gonzalez. She got a real slow start to probation here, but she understands that diluted tests are looked at just as a positive test. She understands that she is to not drink a ton of water before she goes in to test, as she did indicate to me that she does drink excessive amounts of water throughout the day. Moving forward, she did take responsibility for testing positive for alcohol. I don't know what the actual numbers were. I was not given that, but she's here to take responsibility for it. She may be using some products at home, some household products that may contain alcohol. and that might be the reason for the positive test. I told her that she needs to meet with probation, get a whole list of items that she's to not or discontinue using at this time. So moving forward, Your Honor, I truly don't believe Ms. Gonzalez will be in front of you for any further violations for anything like this.
Okay, ma'am, what are you currently on probation for felony probation for?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
What matter are you currently on felony probation for?
For Wyandotte or, oh, in Detroit? For the
Yes.
same thing. From, let's see, this was in 2022.
So you were on probation when this matter occurred, correct?
My probation didn't begin when this occurred. I ended up getting my probation probably right after. So I've been testing since maybe May or June. And they agreed to send over my test results to Natalie Wyandotte.
Right, okay, let me clarify. The matter you're currently on felony probation for occurred prior to this offense, correct?
Correct. But I didn't get
But
my
you were
probation
sentenced
until
in
this
this,
year.
you were sentenced in this matter before you were sentenced on your felony matter.
Yes, correct. Well, no. I didn't get sentenced. I got sentenced this year right before, and they put me on probation, but I didn't start testing or anything until right after I got in trouble in Wyandotte.
Ma'am, when did you begin your probation on your felony matter?
I don't know the exact date. I don't recall that right now off the top of my head.
Was it before or after your Wyandotte offense date?
After, most likely after.
Okay, so this incident occurred April 22nd. So you had your felony matter, then you were then you picked up your Wyandotte matter while you were out on bond on your felony matter. Then you were sentenced on your felony matter, and then you were sentenced in this matter, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And you're still using alcohol?
I'm not using alcohol.
You're not?
No.
So what are you indicating is the reason for your positive alcohol test on August 28th?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What are you indicating is the reason for your positive alcohol test on August 28th if you don't drink any alcohol?
Well, I do use mouthwash, and I didn't know that would pull up as a positive result until speaking with my attorney yesterday. And he was asking me.
Ma'am, then you need to pay attention when you're given your probation instructions from.
I was never given a sheet
But
or
please,
anything like
please
that.
don't
Stated.
Please do not interrupt me.
Okay.
You're given written instructions and you're given verbal instructions. At least from this probation department you are. I can't speak for the Third Circuit Court. And so you're telling me that you didn't receive any instructions from this court at all, from this probation department at all?
No, when I was speaking with my attorney yesterday, he said I should have gotten like a sheet with the list of like items and stuff that I shouldn't.
I said there is a sheet out there that will give you a list of items.
Yeah, that was never provided.
Putting responsibility on anybody.
Just as far as like things I should be signing up for, classes and checking in with my probation officer. That's everything that we went over when I did speak with my probation officers. But as far as like things that I shouldn't be consuming outside of actual alcohol was never discussed. Like I wouldn't be using mouthwash. Like I honestly had no idea. I've been doing good this whole time with my other probation officer. So I'm not trying to get in trouble in both counties. Like I got a kid and stuff. I'm not trying to do that.
When's the last time you consumed any alcohol, ma'am?
Say that again?
When is the last time you consumed any alcohol?
The weekend that I got arrested. So April, I believe it was right before my birthday, so April 20th.
And you're testing weekly?
I'm testing weekly.
Is it the same day every week?
No, it's random.
Okay. So the court is going to adopt the recommendation here, continue to complete all terms of probation, $50 probation violation fee, going to indicate 5 days jail, the court's going to suspend that jail. To November 6th. At 9:45 a.m. You're to have 30 days on the alcohol tether. You're to get that today. Anything else, counsel?
Not this time, Your Honor.
And please email into Ms. Shaw and she will get you set up with your terms and conditions.
Okay.
You have a child and you
Yes.
work, correct?
I'm currently out on, I injured my knee, so I'm gonna be having surgery in October for my knees. I haven't been working for the past 3 months, but I do have a job.
Okay. Ma'am, make sure that you are communicating with your treatment team, your medical team, regarding your inability to use alcohol.
Okay.
Maybe you might want to ask Ms. Shaw to give you a refresher as to some examples of what you cannot use. It does not negate your responsibility of looking at ingredients in every product you use to make sure that you do not consume alcohol.
Okay.
All right, email into her please by 11:40.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you have a good day. Somebody will be with you over probation shortly, okay, sir? Thank you. All right, and we are on the record in the matter of John Walden III, 232055.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Chris Pashenki, here on behalf of my client. This time he sent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands accused.
All right, Mr. Walden, your name, please.
Your Honor, John Paul the third.
Okay, and good morning, good afternoon. And the court will waive
I tried to get over to get some payments for the old case. And I am working. Okay.
Okay, I'm not really sure what you're saying, but just one moment. The court's going to waive the formal reading, enter into a plea, I'm sorry, schedule this matter for pretrial on September 26th. And as to bond counsel,
Your Honor, my client indicates that he will appear in the office before court dates. He indicates he also is trying to make some payments to the court regarding some sort of outstanding issue, but he does want to get back on track, and we will be compliant with any terms and conditions of this court order. Thank you, Judge.
okay, sir, I don't know, what were you talking about payments?
I was trying to get over here. I came last Friday to make $100 payment and I got a half an hour late. What I need is a personal bond. See, what happened was my house caught on fire in Romulus and my whole family went to Florida. I'm the only one up here. I can't get bonded out. So if you could give me the personal, I will be here and I will have that paid before the 26th on the old case. Because if not, I'm gonna lose my job and everything. And that's all I have.
Where do you work, sir?
I work at a couple different construction companies. A2H Enterprises, I'm a contractor, and I work for my boss. It's my 29th year seniority for the same company. And also in my phone, I'm at a new company here in Wyandotte that wants me to work for them and also live in, they own apartment complexes.
Whoa, just one moment. Okay, so I remember you.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing, I'm sure. Weren't you like staying in somebody's house?
No, the people knew I was in the house. See, Carol was,
Yeah, so you were in somebody's house, hold on. You were in somebody's house and you're claiming that somebody, and I remember you claimed that somebody asked you to stay there or something of that nature.
someone had me working.
Because your boss bought the house, and well, you were staying there fixing it up, right?
No, I didn't buy the house. They had me working in there, the family who
That's what I
caused
said.
it. There was 3 people and the money
That's what I
that was
said.
supposed to be paid, the $750, she spent it on crack. I wanted it all paid in once and she didn't bond me out. That's why it's not paid yet. So I'm paying it $1,500 instead of $750. I have to pay it twice now. I've already paid it once. She spent it. She was supposed to pay it before I even got out. She had my debit card.
Who's she?
Teresa Toko. She had my debit card.
Teresa?
Yeah. Well, that was all a bunch of nonsense. That wasn't even true. What happened? I just said, I might as well just go ahead and take the blame. I told the lawyer, I said, if you can get me out today, since I've been here for a week, then I'll change my plea to guilty. And he said, I'll see what I can do. And I had to sit in there for 8 weeks or something I didn't even do. I'm a good guy, man. I'll come to court. I will pay that. That's why I was in Wyandotte. I left work yesterday early to come make a payment here. But I was so stressed out, I ended up drinking on the way home, on the way from work to Wyandotte. Plus also, I
No,
needed to go.
sir. Oh, boy, that, I will say, that's the most comical thing I've heard today.
I know,
You were
but I
you left
was,
work, no, sir, stop. You left work early to make your way to the court to make a payment. And along the way, you got so stressed out knowing you had to make the payment that you just got that drunk that you ended up getting arrested for public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and resisting and obstructing. That's what you want me to, that's what you want me to believe.
listen, I needed to get to.
No,
Wyandotte
don't tell me to listen. Absolutely not. Do not tell me to listen. I've been listening without you telling me to listen.
I'm sorry.
Sir, where were you working yesterday? Sir, where were you working yesterday?
I worked Romulus yesterday. I've been taking the bus for 29 years to the North Terminal. It picks me up at Wyandotte.
Sir, how are you going to get over here to the court?
The bus, I put the bike on the bus and the bus takes me. I pull the string at 4th Street and North Line and I come right down North Line.
Okay, yeah.
And also I needed to get to the hospital to get my meds. I take bipolar medicine. I wasn't all together yesterday. I've been off my meds for over a month now. So I needed to get to Wyandotte, first the police station and then right next door to the hospital, which I need right now. I need my medicine.
But yet you didn't. In fact, you were 0.22 is what it's alleging.
I was what?
It's alleging that you were almost 3 times the legal limit, sir.
But I drank one.
What's that?
I drank one White Russian. Maybe it was too much. I put in there, that's what I drank, one White Russian. That's all I had to drink.
Okay. Well, you know what, you not contacted this court to make any payments, not, since you've been released from jail from your last matter that you had here.
I've been
And
starting
maybe you
to
work
pay
in-
bills.
I'm sorry, well, sir, we're one of your
I'm
bills.
working now. I was not working. The whole time since I got out, I lost, because I was gone for 8 weeks. My boss
So,
finally
sir,
got
if
me
your
back.
home, excuse me, if your home just caught fire, where are you living?
I live on Roseville Island. 8215
Who
Church
do you live
Road.
with? Who do you live with there, sir?
my nephew, me and my nephew live there, and I might be moving to Wyandotte, to an apartment complex.
Okay.
Because I just met him yesterday, he wants me to be the maintenance guy. So I'll also get a check every week and the apartment will be free. He owns a bunch, he lives on an island.
Okay, all right. Well, here's what the court's going to do, because I have some concerns as to where you're living and your credibility is questionable at best. You have not paid what you owed to the court, so you have a history of not complying with the court orders. The court's going to indicate a $5,000, $5,000, 10% bond. You're not to be released without a GPS alcohol tether to the Wayne County Jail.
You're not gonna give me personal.
You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed.
I don't do drugs.
Well, good, then you won't have a problem complying with your bond condition. Okay,
So you're not gonna give me the personal, I can't get bonded out. Do you understand that?
you just indicated that you had the money, you're on your way to court to make a
I
payment.
I can make a $50 payment today. And I can come out, but I can't get the one that got me $500.
Well, sir, that's the order of the court. Thank you, off the record.
All right, next matter I have is Justin Clonch.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Clonch. How are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm fine, thank you. Mr. Clonch, were you in the courtroom when the video containing your rights was played?
Yes.
Or did you understand the rights contained in that video?
It was slightly confusing, and I do agree with you that the old school videos would be a little bit better than the new style.
All right, Mr. Clonch, did you hear me go over the entire constitutional rights with the first person I had this morning, Ms. Baker?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions about the rights?
No.
Do you understand the maximum possible penalties associated with misdemeanor crimes?
Yes.
Did you have sufficient time to speak with your lawyer this morning, Mr. Hartzell?
I was actually under the impression that he was the judge.
Okay, well, I guess maybe he's been elevated. I'm not sure, but he's not. He's your lawyer, sir.
Okay, cool.
Did you have enough time to speak with him?
Yes.
Great. Sir, we're on record in 23 CR 0077738. You were charged with the crime of obstructing and resisting a peace officer by way of either misidentifying yourself or refusing to identify yourself, alleged to have occurred on July 11th of this year. You set the matter for trial, which was on August 8th of this year. It looks like what we have is this. It looks like Judge O'Neill on July 8th, you were arrested, let's see, on September 7th, you appeared for your trial set with a positive test for alcohol at 0.212 blood alcohol content. That would be in violation of your order to consume no alcohol or drugs without a prescription as a pretrial release condition. Do you wish to admit or deny appearing to court in violation of your pretrial release to consume no alcohol or drugs?
They never gave me pre-order to not drink or anything like that. So I was originally brought in and then released and didn't have any orders or any type of probation to not drink. I had no probation.
All right, let me pull your release sheets. Ms. White or Ms. McTeer, can you load up his release sheets, please? And if not, we'll take it another direction.
Cindy, are you there?
You want his pretrial paperwork, Judge?
Yes, please.
I'm putting it in the G drive now.
Thank you.
Thank you for speaking slow, clear, and concise.
It's there, Judge.
Thank you. I see it. All right, so the judge revoked your OR for what would be contempt of court for showing up to court at a 212 alcohol. So what it would be is a violation of contempt of court for being in contempt for being drunk at court. That's the violation. So you were right. There is no clause requiring you to not consume alcohol, but there is a contempt of court for showing up to court drunk at a 0.212. Do you wish to admit or deny being in contempt of court for showing up at a 0.212 drunk to court?
I had no reason whatsoever or not whatsoever. I had no, I apologize. I had no, I was gonna say, no, I had no, I didn't plan on contempt of court or trying to do anything to disrupt the court. And that was not my intention to disrupt the court. I came into court to basically prove that I was not guilty and talk to the judge and then leave from there.
All right, I'm finding you in contempt of court for showing up to court at a 0.212. That is in violation of the proper decorum of the court. And I am finding you in contempt for showing up to court at that level of alcohol in your system. All right, Mr. Hartzell, anything you would like to say?
I imagine he's been in since 9/7, which was the date of the trial, which gives us 5 days for credit time served on the contempt. I believe he wants to continue and perhaps set another trial date on the original matter, if possible, was my notion in speaking with him. And I'll set it that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Clonch, would you like to maintain your not guilty plea and reset this for trial?
No, I would like to, can I defend myself? I would.
Yeah, sir,
I would-
I'm not there yet. All I'm asking is, would you like to reset this for a new trial date?
No, I would like to get this over with today. And
Right
so
now?
I can continue on and
Sure,
go throughout the rest of my day and my life.
that would be fine, but are you asking that Mr. Hartzell be relieved as your counsel and you represent yourself at this point? Or do you want Mr. Hartzell to represent you at this point in this proceeding where you enter a no contest or guilty plea to the obstructing and resisting charge?
I'll represent myself.
All right.
And Judge, he was not appointed a legal defender for his trial.
Perfect, thank you. Let me get the paperwork. I'll be right back, parties. I just need to get something. Just 1 second, please. We'll be in recess for just a minute. All right, we'll be back on record in this case, Mr. Clonch. Mr. Clonch, you were never appointed counsel in this case, so you were representing yourself your entire time on this matter. I do want you to know that right now you do have an attorney to represent you. That would be Mr. Hartzell, but you have indicated to this court that you would rather represent yourself. Is that correct?
Correct.
I want to make sure I go through the dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. First of all, it is often unwise and you may conduct a defense to your own detriment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Defendant is responsible for knowing and complying with all the same procedural rules as lawyers. Do you understand that as well?
Yes.
You will not be able to complain on appeal. Thank you, Ms. McCure. You will not be able to complain on appeal about the competency or effectiveness of your own representation. Do you understand that, sir?
Can you repeat that?
You will not be able to complain on appeal about the adequacy or effectiveness of your own representation.
Okay, yes.
In other words, you can't enter a plea of no contest or guilty and say, hey, wait a minute, judge, I didn't have a proper representation in this case.
I can't enter a plea of no contest or.
You can, sir, but you can't appeal. You can't complain on appeal that you weren't adequately represented if you're going to represent yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. How long did you go to school, sir? What grade did you attain?
Some college.
Okay, great. Have you ever been in the criminal justice system before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you ever had any experience with the criminal justice system at all?
I've been to court a few different times.
Okay, good. So you understand the basic process, do you?
Yes.
All right. Sir, I'm going to go ahead and accept your representing yourself you're constitutionally permitted to do that, by the way. So, and I find that there's no reason to deviate. So I'm going to allow you to represent yourself. Sir, you were charged with the crime of obstructing and resisting. Let me pull up the charging document. You were charged with the crime of obstructing and resisting alleged to have occurred on July 8th of this year in the area of 3940 Mayberry Drive. It alleges that you obstructed and resisted an investigation by providing false identity and then physically resisting or pulling away from officers. This in violation of Reno Municipal Code 8.06.010. Do you understand that charge?
I understand the charge.
How do you
Yeah.
wish to plead to the charge, sir?
Not guilty.
So great. We're going to enter a not guilty plea and set it for trial. That's absolutely fine. Let's get you a trial date and then we'll go forward to custody status.
I thought this was the trial.
No, sir. No, this is an arraignment.
And Judge, do you want it with the original, I believe it was Department 2?
Yep, has to be with Department 2.
And we are not appointing counsel.
Nope.
I have November 6th at 8 a.m.
November 6th, 8 o'clock in the morning is your trial set, sir. And you will be representing
Get this done
yourself just like you were originally.
And then could I actually have that lawyer help represent me?
No, you
I
waived it.
would just like to get this settled.
No, you've waived
Okay,
you
because-
waived your right to counsel. No.
I would like
you
this,
waived it.
you did it, I didn't resist arrest. I provided proper
All right, let's go to custody status.
identity. I didn't run.
Sir, we're gonna go to your custody status. I've already waived your right. You've waived your right to counsel. I've taken you through that waiver because you wanted to represent yourself. That's what we're gonna move forward with. Let's get you, we're gonna go to your custody status now.
I would like my lawyer that I was under the impression that he was the judge, and then I would like to get my lawyer, and then I would like to get this settled and done and finished today.
So let's go to custody status. Ms. Drake?
It looks like there's probably an issue of alcohol here. So with any bail, I would ask for pretrial monitoring for alcohol and or drugs. This did start out as a call for a battery. Battery charges were not, however, filed. And then with him showing up to court at a .212, I think we do need monetary bail. I'll ask for around $500 or $1,000 bondable with the conditions.
All right, thank you. Mr. Clonch, anything you would like to say with regard to how I release you, sir? On recognizance release, bail, bond, conditions, anything like that? Not about the facts of the case.
Can you repeat that?
Is there anything you would like to say with regard to how I release you?
No.
All right. Bail in this matter will be $500. It'll be bondable. The conditions of your release are as follows. You will obey all laws. You will consume no alcohol or drugs without a prescription. You are to report upon release to the Reno Municipal Court to sign up for enhanced supervision so that we can ensure you're abiding by that no alcohol or drugs clause. We'll see you on your trial date, sir. All right, next matter I have is Jasmine Corbin Fultz.